with everyone? What's happening? What is happening? I hope everyone's doing well. We are back on here, and I really just want to share one thing real quickly. I just had a conversation with my brothers just a little earlier today, and we were talking about that N word. We were talking about that word nigga, negoose, nigger is what we got called um, from our oppressors. But one of the things I was talking with them about was the original meaning of the word negus, Negus. The word negus, where the word nigger and nigga comes from, the original meaning of the word is king or ruler. All right, so you know how they say everything comes from Africa. That's the true statement. Everything comes back to African people. So there's nothing that white people created that isn't really ours. So even including the N word. And what happened with the word, when white people came in contact with Africans in Ethiopia and different parts of Africa, their title, their name, just the same way we say king, they would say negus, Negus, which means supreme ruler. Supreme ruler. So they might be the negus, uh, Musa. Like that might be their name, but the title was negus, which meant king or ruler. And what they did when they started beating us and oppressing us and whipping us, and you saw in Roots when Toby's getting beat and ripped, they're calling you nigger as a disrespectful way of calling you, look at your king, look at your king. You call yourself a king. You think you're a king, but you're getting beat. You call yourself a king, but you're getting whipped. So a lot of older African Americans, I think they know the history behind the word. They know the word really was ours and it means king. So don't let anybody make you feel inferior because of that word, or even the fact that black people use the word a lot. That's our word. That's a word that's ours. So it's not something to be ashamed of. Really, the reason white people have an issue with that word is because black people say white people can't say it. Because of how they've used it in the past. When they killed Christ, they killed him. The Romans killed him like, hey, you call yourself a king. So what they did on top of the cross was they wrote King of the Jews as a way to kind of mock him, kind of disrespect him. They said, hey, you call yourself a king, but look, your king is up here dying with nails in his hands and nails in his feet, right? In the movie Black Panther, Killmonger did the same thing. Killmonger said, he's beating up the king. He says, is this your king? Is this your king? So a lot of times when people are mocking you, they mock you with what you call yourself. And that's what happened with white supremacists to black people, is they would call us nigger so much while they were beating us, while they were raping us, while they were oppressing us, while they were selling our children away, while they were selling families and splitting families apart. They would call us that during oppression, that as a slave, as a black slave, you start to think that it's just a bad word. It's just a negative word. It's just a word. If a white person ever gets mad and calls you nigger trying to be disrespectful, they've just called you king. Now you still don't have to tolerate the disrespect off principle. No one should ever be calling you that off principle. But you, as a black person, we're chasing understanding. We are chasing understanding. We have a certain level of understanding we have to get to, regardless of white supremacists, regardless of what's going on with them. We have to understand who we are and understand what we come from. The word negus is ours. You can go look that word up. You can Google that word, Negus, negus. The word means king or ruler. And as it just got taken down through our oppression, they started to mock us with the very thing that we used to call ourselves, negus. We told white people to call us negus, negus. We told white people to call us that. When they came into Africa, they said, who's your ruler? They said, oh, our negus is is this man here, right? So that's the title of ruler, and don't let anybody downplay you that. And what's amazing about it, I think, is the fact that even black people who don't know that, we go around and we call each other nigga all day, and we actually are calling each other king. We're calling each other supreme rulers, because you're the original people of the earth. That's what you are. You are the rulers of the earth. You are the original people of the earth. Everything comes from you. You have to understand that, and then act appropriately with that. So don't ever let the N word be something that's negative or bad. A lot of black people, even in music now, it's used all the time. We calling each other king all the time, and we don't even know it. So that's some tight stuff actually. So I just wanted to share that. A lot of people, they feel like a lot of stuff um, we can't use, just like Christianity. A lot of people feel like, man, we weren't Christian before slavery. No, you were. Everything comes from Africa. Christianity comes from Africa. The science of Christianity, the science of salvation, all that understanding first comes from Africa or African people. I love the thing that Dr. Kaba Kamene always says. I think Dr. Ben said it first. He said Africans, they developed and got civilized in Africa, and after they got their act together, they took their show on the road. So Africans developed from Africa, and then from that they go to India, China, Australia, islands all over the world. They came to the Americas, um, Russia, Europe. They were already all over the place. And what you have to understand is that white people are the newcomers in all society. When you go back anciently, you have wars between Africans and Asians. But white people are something very new into the world. Very, very, very new. And I listen to a lot of white scholars. I read a lot of books from white scholars where they themselves say, yeah, we've basically just got here. Basically just got here. And then we forced everybody else to live at our level of understanding. And what we as black people, we are going to have to continue to use our minds to rise up out of this, because the white supremacists, they set the bar so low. Their level of life, understanding of life, their level of concern for life is so low. They just worry about their comfortability and controlling, and they have control issues. Dr. Kaba Kamene says this. He says, black people don't have a problem. White people have a problem. Black people's problem is that white people have a problem. That's really the end of it right there. So with that word negus, remember that's your word originally. It's an African word originally. It means ruler, and that's who you are, is ruler, supreme ruler, king, kings, and royalty. Okay, so don't let anybody make you feel inferior as they've tried to do with that word or anything. So let's keep studying. Just wanted to get on here and share that with y'all. I hope everyone's blessed and well. I'm gonna get back on here. There's a lot we got to talk about in the next coming weeks. All right, bless y'all. Stay blessed.